was a pleasure to recognize Wolf Haven with the Outstanding Wildlife Sanctuary Award. The awards committee chose them for their excellence in animal care, professionalism and ethics, public engagement, and contributions to the sanctuary and conservation fields. In addition to providing true sanctuary to the residents, Wolf Haven is a leading advocate for wolves because of their deep knowledge of the species and their ability to participate in diverse coalitions. GFAS couldn't be more proud to recognize the expertise, experience, and passion that Wolf Haven brings to every program within their organization.
Receiving the 2024 GFAS Award for Best Wildlife Sanctuary was an incredible honor and very humbling because of how many wonderful sanctuaries doing excellent work. I work with 3 of the hardest working people I've ever met, and receiving this award is not gonna slow our progress in working harder to be better tomorrow than we were yesterday. Being a sanctuary means that the physical and psychological needs of the animals come before the needs of humans to see or interact with them. Being a sanctuary is a place where animals can live free from harm, be safe, and live in peace. At the end of November, within 1 week, we welcomed 3 new residents to our sanctuary. We welcomed a Mexican wolf, Sirius, who is a 3-legged wolf who was injured in the wild. We welcomed Ellie and Pen, who are 2 wolf dogs from 2 different rescue situations who are now loving companions on the public visitor route.
Before Ellie came to Wolf Haven, she came from a private owner in Montana that couldn't be hands-on with her at all and needed to move locations. And so it was really coming to me or getting euthanized. They told me she was a mid-content, like somewhere between 50 and 60%, but it became pretty obvious as soon as she got here that she was way over 50%. She was in a 20-foot by 20-foot foster pen. It was the biggest pen I had available when I rescued her, and she stayed in that for way too long because we couldn't find a suitable space for an animal that was 90%. But being in a neighborhood and around, my dogs and around people, you could definitely tell she was uncomfortable and she needed a different situation.
The fact that Cadence contacted us and we were like, oh, wait, like she seems the right fit. We had this enclosure available in the public visitor route, and it's not easy to find an animal that would need placement, but that would be comfortable enough around human activity. Like we have the public visits on the weekends there and educational groups through the week, and she seems like the right fit. We met at the clinic and Ellie got spayed and vaccines and all of the Wolf Haven special. And then when we came here, like just seeing the Cadence face of fulfillment of like I did my job and she single hands. That was very beautiful. Suddenly, like that same week, we got this call by a rescue organization called Endless Possibilities. They had this case where a woman passed away and they found a variety of animals in little cages, and Pen was one of them. And They were like, we're pretty sure he's pure wolf and he has just lived in a chain his whole life and he needs a home because the family is just gonna take him to the shelter and he'll be euthanized there as a non-domestic dog. And so they sent us photos and things like that, and we decided that he seemed like a good option for a companion for Ellie. We really wanted to step in as quickly as possible and save his life. They met us at the clinic and we had Pen neutered and checked and vaccinated and given all the care that he deserves. We removed the chain from his neck, which was very symbolic for all of us. And then we drove to Wolf Haven and released Pen into his enclosure. And the moment was very, very impactful because he was very wobbly and also clearly he was delighted to be out of a crate and being able to move, but you could tell also that was kind of disconcerting. As far as we know, he had never stepped on grass. As far as we know, he had never walked beyond those few feet of the chain. Just to see him little by little gain confidence and feel like, oh, okay, I can do this and I'm liking it, and even just in those few minutes, but once we step out of the enclosure and gave him his space and we're just watching via camera, it just seemed like meant to be. The universe wanted this to happen.
Since Pen and Ellie came, I think it's a really good visual. When people see the other wolves, they see wolves that have been here for a while and are very comfortable. And when you get to Pen and Ellie, we actually stand on the other side of the road because Pen is still a little reactive. And it's very obvious that they've been through it. And I think it kind of takes people aback. It's a really good visual of why you shouldn't have a wolf dog.
To notice the impact that it has to have that enclosure occupied in the sanctuary. Of course, it has a huge value for people to come and visit that space of the sanctuary and being able to see this pair, Pen and Ellie, and hear their stories. But we get to see the impact that Pen and Ellie's presence has in the other wolves around them. Anyone in the animal care team can tell you, like very quickly, like within just a day or two, the vibe, I'm going to use that word, the vibe and the energy in the sanctuary and the activity level in the sanctuary around them shifted. We offered the life for them, the second chance in life, and then they are bringing life into the sanctuary at the same time. That's just been wonderful to experience and to witness.
The most fulfilling part of our work, by far, is seeing the hard work that we do positively impact the animals. Rescuing an animal that comes from a not great situation, comes to us in poor health, comes to us scared, comes to us, perhaps they've lived their entire life on a chain, and they come here to our sanctuary and they get exemplary health care, they heal, they gain weight, they get to live with a companion, and they finally get to relax.